Pisces, Aries, Cusp. Let's dive in for the final week of May. Spirit angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please come through with the cards for our beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cusps. Pisces, Aries, Cusp, I feel like this week for you, you're standing between two worlds. One version of your life is ending and another is trying to begin, but not everyone around you is meant to come with you. Yeah, beautiful souls, this is a huge transition week for the Pisces, Aries, Cusp, for us beautiful souls, us Pisces, Aries, Cusp. I mean, we got the sun that is in Gemini. It's activating communication and truth. We have Scorpio moon later in the week, bringing emotional intensity. Mars square Pluto, creating pressure and power struggles. We have the full moon in Sag on the 31st, is just exposing truth and direction. So I feel like what's coming through here that is showing me here for my Pisces, Aries, cusps, that this week is about seeing people, situations, maybe even yourself more clearly than before. There's this feeling of, I can't unknow what I know now. And honestly, this is, that's where the transformation is beginning. So let's have a look at you. You are in the Knight of Wheels position here. Okay, you are the position is the Knight of Wheels in that you. You're trying to move carefully and responsible. Even if maybe your emotions feel chaotic underneath, externally, I feel like you're trying this week to keep things stable regarding your work, your money, your responsibilities, your routines, your long-term goals. I feel like someone trying to stay grounded while life is around them, life around them is shifting quickly. Okay, there's like shifts happening quickly around you. And some of you may be focusing heavily on your finances, trying to build something slowly, trying not to react emotionally. Perhaps I'm hearing emotions have been heavy towards the last week, towards the end of last week. Protecting your peace, thinking long-term instead of impulsively. And I honestly feel like the Taurus energy happening this week is helping you slow down enough to think before acting. I'm also hearing don't mistake survival mode for stability. There's also something deeper I'm hearing brewing emotionally that just cannot be ignored forever. Now the issue for the week, we have here the 10 of Wheels. Interesting, all right. Is it just me, or does it look like they're like arguing, or I don't know, like the way her hand is? Okay. The issue this week is basically around like your family, around your stability, maybe your security, your long-term future, legacy, commitment. It could be regarding money, home situations. This card feels very connected to what am I building my life around, all right? Perhaps if you're the masculine, you're having issues with your feminine, your partner, or the other way around, take what resonates. Pets could be significant as well, doesn't have to be. This dog looks like a wolf. Black and white, duality. Some of you may be questioning your relationships or living situations, family dynamics, career paths, financial security. For others, this feels like realizing that something looked stable, but emotionally wasn't fulfilling anymore. Yeah, we do have Venus in Cancer this week, which is the emotional security that becomes very important, that you're no longer satisfied with the surface level success. Yeah, you want emotional safety, you want honesty, you want loyalty, you want deeper connections, genuine support, I'm hearing. And Spirit just highlighting here that some of the Pisces, Aries, Cusps are beginning to outgrow some of the environments they once worked very hard to maintain. All right, let's have a look then at your conscious here. We have the Sun. Let's see if I can get that card. Consciously, you want clarity. You want answers, you want truth, you want direction, you want happiness, you want freedom, you want confidence again. And this is actually beautiful energy despite everything happening internally, like your soul is still reaching towards the light. You're trying to stay hopeful. And honestly, with the Gemini energy this week, I feel like there's really amplifying of mental clarity and realizations. Like maybe you might realize or suddenly see someone's true intentions. Maybe it's going to be your worth. Maybe something about what or who has been draining you. Maybe about where your energy belongs next. It also feels like there might just be some breakthrough in communication this week. Maybe some confidence returning. Inspiration coming back, feeling emotionally lighter after confusion. But Spirit says that clarity comes after the discomfort. All right. Your unconscious, interesting, we do have the Tower here. All right. All right. For us, underneath everything, there's a massive internal shift happening. The Tower is the unconscious position that tells me that a part of your soul already knows something has to change. Even if consciously you're trying to keep things together, deep down you know something unstable cannot continue forever. So this can be sudden realizations, emotional awakenings, relationship truth bombs, endings, changing priorities, spiritual awakenings. It could be breaking old habits. Yeah, spiritual awakenings. I said that right. And yeah, Mars is squaring Pluto this week. The Tower energy may feel really unavoidable. Something hidden may come up suddenly, especially around control, manipulation, maybe emotional avoidance, unhealthy attachments, ego battles. What Spirit's saying, the Tower removes illusions that your soul has outgrown. Birds could be significant. Yeah, that house is burning. It looks like a church. Something about church. Doesn't have to be. It's just the image of the card, right? Yeah. This is not punishment. I'm hearing this is liberation, dark disguised as disruption. All right. And let's have a look then at your next card, which is the limitation, which we got the High Priestess, very interesting, and then it's clarified by the Lovers. So water and Gemini energy. This is actually quite deep. The High Priestess by the Lovers. Ignoring your limitation this week is ignoring your intuition for the sake of emotional attachment. Something you already know, you know something already internally. Like I'm hearing that your intuition is loud, your dreams may be stronger, synchronicities are increasing, your body feels truth before your mind accepts it. And the Lovers is something to do with a relationship. I mean, this is a very interesting Lovers card, right? Third party situations. It doesn't have to be like cheating. It just can be other people involved, right? But I mean, if you look at the card, wow, okay. It could be soul connections. It could just also be difficult choices regarding family, 3 people. Emotional crossroads. It could be something to do with the head versus the situation, head versus heart situation kind of energy. Maybe some of you are struggling this week between the comfort versus the truth, maybe the attachment versus the alignment. It could be chemistry versus compatibility. It could be loyalty versus self-respect. And yeah, Spirit is saying here, not every deep connection is meant to stay forever. And yeah, we do have Mercury that is opposing Lilith later in this week, right? Truths that are avoided emotionally may just suddenly surface. This feels very karmic. All right. The outcome. Very interesting. We got the 7 of Swords. All right. I mean the 7 of Cups with the 10 of Swords. Double sevens could be significant for some of you. And then we have the 10 of Swords. Check how sneaky this one looks. Okay. This ending feels important, all right? This outcome shows there's confusion, all right? The Seven of Cups is confusion, all right? That's finally breaking. Seven of Cups, it could be that there are many emotions in the last week or this week, in the last week and going into this week. There could be something about choices. It could be something to do with distractions. It could be fantasies. It could be possibilities that are surrounding you. But it feels like the illusions are being exposed. Seeing deception clearly. Realizing someone wasn't fully honest. Maybe recognizing, maybe it could be even you that is being self-deception, all right? Recognizing self-deception maybe, all right? Your situations will each be different, all right? Take what resonates, leave the rest, all right? Oh yeah, thank you for hitting the like button. I haven't asked you to hit the like button yet. Thank you. And leaving comments and letting me know what does this all mean for you. This could also be maybe you emotionally detaching from the fantasy. Maybe it could be ending draining a cycle that was really exhausting. All right, the illusions regarding some people maybe. And you hiding away. All right. Maybe some of you are realizing you were carrying hope for something that was actually energetically ending. And yes, that may hurt internally, but what Spirit's saying, the truth frees you faster than the illusion comforts you. All right? Ten of Swords is like that painful mental clarity, all right? But it's also completion. The cycle ends. So your last card for the week is the Ten of Swords. Whatever cycles you were going through in May is coming to an end. And I feel like also, yeah, with the full moon in Sag on the 31st, it feels like there's going to be like an emotional climax of that realization. Something is just going to become undeniable. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a full moon spread for the Sagittarius moon for each cup sign. Maybe we can pull cards for each cup sign, or we can just do a collective spread for all the cup signs. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. But yeah, this week is not about pretending things are okay when your soul already knows they aren't. This is like almost like a crossroad week. It's actually been a crazy month. Let me know in the comments. You're being guided to trust your intuition, to stop romanticizing red flags. Choose long-term peace over the temporary comfort. Let truth reveal itself naturally. And what Spirit is saying here is whatever is falling away now was never fully aligned with the version of you that's emerging. I feel like you're changing fast, all right? The old version of you would have stayed confused. This version sees everything. You, the high priestess, all right? Even if things maybe have been left unsaid, but I'm hearing walk like a wolf this week, intuitive, aware, and no longer afraid to outgrow what no longer feels true. So thank you for being here, beautiful soul, hitting the like button, leaving comments, letting me know that you watched the Pisces Aries Cusp timestamp. And I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Probably the next one will be the June reading, so do stay tuned for that one. Love and light, beautiful. Aries, Taurus, welcome in, beautiful souls. Let's have a dive in and see the last week of May 2026. The Astro Combined Tarot, Spirit Angels, Ancestors, all for highest light and good. Please come through for our beautiful Aries, Taurus cusps. Aries, Taurus cusp this week feels like your intuition is trying to warn you before your reality catches up, and not everything around you is as clear as it seems. I mean, if we're just looking at the astrology, all right, this week feels emotionally layered. On the outside, you may look calm, grounded, even in control, but internally, there's uncertainty, emotional questioning, and I'm getting a strong feeling that about something that isn't fully adding up, all right? Yeah, because I mean, we do have the sun in a Gemini activating communication and mental overstimulation. We have Mercury opposes Lilith, exposing hidden truths. We have the moon later in the week, which is intensifying intuition. We have Mars squaring Pluto, which is bringing tension and power struggles. And we have the Sagittarius full moon on the 31st, revealing what can no longer stay hidden, right? So I feel like what Spirit is showing me here, that this week, this is going to be a week where your instincts become louder than other people's words, all right? And honestly, I feel like your soul already knows more than your mind wants to admit. So your position, you are in the 7 of Cups, all right? Right now, I feel like your energy feels emotionally overwhelmed or mentally pulled in multiple directions. Maybe like too many options, confusion. It could be emotional fantasies, uncertainty about someone's intentions, maybe trying to make sense of mixed signals, thinking about multiple futures at once. For some of you, this is a relationship confusion. For others, maybe it's life direction confusion. What Spirit is showing here is showing me this feeling of what's real and what am I only hoping is real kind of energy, you know? And yeah, with all the Gemini energy happening this week, maybe your mind is maybe racing, overthinking conversations, replaying situations, imagining outcomes. Perhaps it's struggling to trust what you feel. And what Spirit is saying, not every option is aligned, not every offer is genuine, not every emotional connection is meant to continue. So maybe perhaps this week you separate intuition from illusion, I'm hearing. Yeah, that's what you're being guided towards, all right? Separating intuition from illusion. Now, the issue here we have for you for the week is your issue is the Queen of Wheels. The core issue this week revolves around something to do with stability, self-worth, emotional security. This feels heavily connected to, it could be finances, work, home, a long-term security, emotional support, perhaps nurturing others too much, carrying responsibilities alone. It will be different for each and every one of you, right? So some of my Aries, Taurus, Cusp maybe feel the emotionally exhausted from the constantly trying to be the strong one. You've been holding things together, helping others, maybe trying to stay practical, managing responsibilities, but internally maybe you needing more support than you actually admit. And Spirit's like saying, who pours back into you? So this card can also feel connected to knowing your worth. And honestly, I feel like this week may just reveal where maybe you've been settling for less emotionally while still giving your full energy. So let's have a look at your conscious, okay, is the Queen of Cups. Consciously, I feel like your heart is deeply involved this week. Like even if you try to stay logical, perhaps it's your emotions will be guiding you strongly right now, okay? So maybe perhaps I'm hearing some of you, your intuition will be heightened. Emotions may feel deeper. Dreams may feel symbolic. Empathy is strong. Spiritual sensitivity will increase, I'm hearing for some of you. And you may just find yourself maybe reading between the lines, sensing the energy shifts, emotionally withdrawing, maybe protecting your peace more carefully. Maybe some of you will be dealing with water sign energy, someone that has got Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or maybe simply someone is emotionally significant, right? But what Spirit's also emphasizing here is that you are becoming emotionally wiser. You are starting to recognize who drains you, who generally supports you, where emotional imbalances exists, and what no longer feels safe for your spirit, all right? Unconscious, we do have the Chariot, Cancer energy coming through. So again, water energy, more water energy coming through here. Interesting that in your conscious, perhaps you might even have strong Cancer placements or Scorpio, Sag, but this is a Cancer card. Take what resonates, beautiful souls. Whatever doesn't resonate, leave it. Thank you again for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. And those of you that do leave comments, underneath everything, all right? Your soul wants movement, I'm hearing, okay? So the Chariot does show that you are ready for some sort of change. You're ready for change, even if a part of you feels uncertain, all right? maybe another part of you already knows, okay? You cannot stay emotionally stuck. You cannot keep carrying old cycles forever. You're just meant to move forward, all right? So you might be traveling. Maybe you're having thoughts about relocation. Maybe it's going to be about leaving old emotional patterns behind. Maybe it could be reclaiming your personal power, emotional independence for some of you. Maybe it's duality, moving forward with your duality, right? And yeah, Mars squaring Pluto this week, there may just be moments where you feel emotionally pushed to your limit, right? Like the Chariot here is like saying this pressure is pushing you towards alignment, not punishment, but direction. And what I'm hearing here is that you're not meant to stay parked, okay, in situations where your soul has already outgrown. All right, let's have a look here at the limitations, the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting. This is important, that your limitation this week may be trying too hard to control maybe timing. Karmic cycles are shifting, destiny is moving, certain events are unfolding naturally. But my Aries Taurus cusp, maybe some of you struggle with uncertainty and you just want clarity, guarantee, stability, and you want those answers like now, okay, which I can understand, all right? There's actually a situation where I would also like answers now, actually for now 12 months on something that I've been waiting for. But this is not about me. I'm a Pisces Aries, right? You were an Aries Taurus. But hey, I mean, everything is energy. So maybe there's a similar situation that you want answers now. Let me know in the comments, okay? What is this Wheel of Fortune for you? Some things just need time to reveal themselves fully, what Spirit is saying. And this can feel like, also, it can be like repeating cycles, lessons that are coming up that are returning, right? Maybe that's going to be unfinished karmic situations resurfacing. This week, maybe it's going to be difficulty releasing attachments to outcomes. So honestly, I think, with the Sagittarius full moon around the 31st, all right, may just bring some sort of turning point for you, or a realization that's connected to the cycle, especially if it's going to be around relationships, trust, communication, and future direction. Now, very interesting is that your outcome is the Seven of Swords, and we got a clarifying out here, because the Seven of Swords can mean a lot of things, right? So it was interesting that the Seven of Swords came out in your clarifying. So, but I feel like your outcome is very intuitive with the High Priest just coming out, right? Also, something hidden is going to become energetically obvious, okay? Now, this doesn't always mean outright betrayal, all right? That's why I got another card out for the Seven of Swords. So sometimes it just means hidden intentions, emotional avoidance, someone withholding the truth. It could be self-deception, maybe avoiding difficult conversations, maybe pretending something is okay when it isn't. Yeah, and I'm hearing that your intuition already sees whatever this is for you, okay? And you do not need more proof this week. I'm hearing your body already knows, your spirit already knows, your dreams may already know. And I feel like this week is something about silent realizations, observing instead of reacting, trusting energy over words, seeing through the illusions, emotional discernment becoming stronger. And yeah, honestly, the Scorpio moon later in the week before the Sag moon, right? I feel like this energy sharpens even more, all right? You suddenly notice the inconsistencies or the hidden motives or the emotional distance, just truths that people accidentally reveal. And what Spirit is actually saying here, pay attention to what people avoid saying. That's where the truth lives this week. Interesting. So I feel like my Aries Taurus cusps this week is not asking you to force answers. If you have been really looking for answers, take what resonates, leave the rest. But whatever this is, not force. And it's just asking you to trust your instincts enough to stop ignoring what you already feel, all right? Not everything needs that confrontation, all right? Some truths are just meant to be observed quietly. And then I'm also hearing your discernment is becoming stronger now. And I'm hearing that some of you are learning not every connection deserves full access to your energy. Not every opportunity is aligned, and not every delay is rejection. All right, so some things are just being redirected for your protection. So I'm hearing walk like a wolf this week. Beautiful Aries, Taurus cusp. That being patient, be aware, and just trusting what your spirit senses before your eyes fully see it. So I'm sending you so much love and light, and thank you for being here and leaving comments, liking the videos, being subscribers, and I'll check you around in the next one. In the June reading, Taurus, Gemini, Cusps, happy birthday. I hope you guys had a wonderful birthday and hope all your wishes and dreams come true. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for being here. Thank you for leaving comments. I really, truly appreciate it. Some cards already fell on the floor, so we're going to dive in and have a look. So we're basically looking at the last week of May. We're doing a mini cultics cross. So let's have a look, beautiful souls. I feel like this week your soul is exhausted from surviving, and Spirit is finally trying to guide you back towards healing, balance, and peace. Yeah, my Taurus, Gemini, Cusp, this reading feels emotionally heavy in the beginning, but beautiful by the end, right? This week does have the energy of mental exhaustion, strong burnout, spiritual recovery, healing after disappointment, slowly rebuilding hope. Yeah, we do have the Sun in Gemini activating the mind. I don't know why I said the mid. Perhaps, probably, obviously from the mid of May, all right, and communication, all right. Mercury opposes Lilith, exposing uncomfortable truths. We have Mars squaring Pluto, creating emotional pressure. We do have also, we'll have the moon in Scorpio, which will be intensifying some hidden emotions late in the week. And then it will move into the full moon in Sagittarius on the 31st, which will bring some release and perspectives. So what Spirit's showing me is this week is where you finally stop forcing yourself to carry what's been draining you. And honestly, I feel like some of you, your nervous system needs gentleness week. I mean, it has been your birthday, right? And happy birthday to my beautiful Taurus Geminis. So let's have a look at where you are at. Interesting that those cards fell on the floor. All right. This combination feels like someone who has really, really been through it emotionally. All right. Now, remember, these are collective readings for the Taurus Gemini. So only take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. So the energy here, what I'm feeling with these cards, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Swords, all right, emotionally tired. You could be emotionally guarded, spiritually drained, trying to stay strong, recovering from some sort of disappointment or betrayal. Or maybe some of you are just emotionally overstimulated. Yeah, the Ten of Swords, something really hurt deeply, all right? A betrayal, heartbreak, burnout, ending cycles, hard truths, emotional exhaustion, feeling mentally overwhelmed, all right? And the Nine of Wands is that survival energy, all right? The energy of I'm tired, but I still don't fully trust enough to let my guard down. And with the Four of Swords, I do feel like this is the energy of that your soul needs a little bit of rest, not avoidance, not isolating forever, genuine healing, all right? That your body maybe has carried some stress, your mind just keeps trying to ignore. And this week maybe is not about pushing harder, it's about recovering properly. Yeah, and next we have is the Ace of Wheels in your issue position. So I feel like the issue this week is around a new beginning, stability, opportunities, finances, self-worth, grounded healing. What is really interesting is even though emotionally maybe you feel exhausted, Spirit is opening a new door. The Ace is like that fresh start, all right? A new opportunity, rebuilding stability, financial improvements, healthier habits, new emotional foundations, long-term potentials, all right? Things that's got long-term potential. This is your Taurus card coming out here, all right? But my Taurus Gemini cusp, the issue may be that can you believe in new beginnings while healing from the old endings? Because a part of you maybe might this week still be emotionally stuck in survival mode. What Spirit is saying, don't let past pain convince you that future blessings are unsafe. Okay, then let's have a look here at your conscious here. Interesting, we do have the Page of Wands coming out. Page of Wands. I feel like consciously there is still hope inside you. After everything, your spirit still wants movement. The Page of Wands feels curious, restless, creative. This feels like new ideas, inspiration that's returning, wanting adventure again, wanting passion again, feeling called towards something different. Like some of you may suddenly feel inspired creatively, right? Or maybe drawn towards travel, some of you, wanting freedom, wanting to explore new paths, maybe emotionally done with staying stuck. And honestly, like, you know, the Gemini sun this week is going to amplify this restless energy, right? Like the energy of I need change, I need movement, I need something new. And what Spirit's just saying is move carefully, not impulsively, because you're still healing while rebuilding, right? Okay, unconscious, we have the Three of Cups. Underneath everything, your soul is craving connection again. Even if you've emotionally withdrawn recently, deep down, maybe you perhaps miss some sort of joy in your life, laughter, emotional closeness, community, friendship, feeling emotionally safe. And this card feels important because it shows despite the heaviness, your spirit is not meant to isolate forever, all right? So some of you Taurus Gemini cups may reconnect with old friends, maybe soul tribe energy, supportive people. I'm hearing creative collaboration for some of you, emotionally healing conversations that will be happening. And honestly, I feel like your soul's remembering that healing doesn't always happen alone. Spirit's also showing that people entering your life, there's people that will be entering your life who will feel lighter, more genuine, more aligned, especially after the Scorpio moon later this week. It clears that. I'm hearing that emotional clutter. The limitations here is the Fool, and I'm feeling it's around fear of starting over again, or whatever the starting over again is for you. But the Fool is beautiful energy, but it also requires trust, all right? Yeah, the Sagittarius full moon may just be very significant for you. The full moon, he's trying to like jump towards the moon, right? Everything you've recently carried emotionally, just trust may just feel very difficult right now for some of you. Some of you fear making the wrong choice or getting hurt again, leaving comfort zones, taking emotional risks, trusting new opportunities, beginning again after some sort of disappointment. But what Spirit says that not every new beginning repeats the last ending, right? And this card is also, it just warns of impulsive choices, escapism, avoiding emotional healing by distancing yourself, and rushing into situations too quickly, especially with Mercury opposes Lilith later in this week, right? Just be mindful of emotionally charged conversations or impulsive reactions. Okay. Finally, your outcome, interesting, is Temperance. I quite like this Temperance. It's very different, right? It almost looks like there's a white bird sitting there on his head. Or is it a feather? Very interesting. Trees and forests could be significant. I like this in your outcome. It's really, really beautiful. Like balance returns, peace returns, healing returns. Not instantly, but genuinely. It feels like by the end of this month or at the end of this week, emotional regulation happens. I'm hearing some of you spiritual healing, healthier boundaries, inner peace, balance between the heart and the mind for some. Each of you, it's going to be different, right? Patience with yourself, perhaps, maybe building slowly and correctly. What Spirit is saying here also is you stop trying to force things this week, I'm hearing. And because of that, life will just begin flowing more naturally again. The Temperance also feels deeply spiritual. right? The old man on this card, it feels very spiritual. It's like your guides are helping recalibrate your energy right now, all right? The Sagittarius full moon on the 31st feels like the emotional closure mixed with spiritual clarity. So yeah, maybe whatever you finally realize what drained you, what nurtures you, who aligns with you, what peace actually feels like. Yeah, this week is not going to be about pushing harder. It's about healing smarter, all right? Not you do not need to have everything figured out immediately, all right? Some endings exhausted you because they were just never meant to be carried forever. I'm hearing here also what Spirit's trying to guide you towards is softer energy, healthier connections, balanced living, emotional restoration, new opportunities that don't require the self-sacrifice, you know. The old chapter may have hurt deeply, but it's not the end of your story, you know. And Temperance says that your spirit is learning how to flow again, all right? So my beautiful souls, walk like a wolf this week, right? Rest when it's needed, trust the healing, and remember that slowing down is not falling behind. I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around the next one. Thank you for liking, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Hey, Gemini, Cancer, Cusp, welcome in to your reading for the last week of May 2026, combining the astrology and the tarot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button, spirit angels, ancestors, or of the highest light and good. Please come through for the messages for our Gemini, Cancer, Cusps. This week feels like you finally moving towards the life that you've been trying to manifest. But Spirit is also asking you, are you emotionally ready to receive it? Yeah, with the Sun and Mercury both moving through Gemini, I feel like your mind is active, restless, processing everything quickly. But Venus and Jupiter in Cancer are going to be pulling on your emotional world deeply. Yeah, and even with the Sagittarius full moon closing the week on the 31st, something is going to become undeniable. This feels like movement after emotional stagnation. Not small movement either, but I'm hearing a big soul movement. Beautiful souls, in your current position, you are currently the Chariot, all right? Cancer energy coming through here. Cancer energy, very, very strong, all right? You are in the go mode this week. What Spirit is showing me that is someone who's tired of sitting in the uncertainty. You're ready to take back control, all right? You're ready to take control back. So this is you that could be moving forward after heartbreak, or maybe focusing on goals, finally making some sort of decision, emotionally detaching from some sort of chaos, maybe taking charge of your future. Some of you are literally traveling, maybe driving more, planning to move, or changing direction in your life, all right? But emotionally, this feels like the energy of, I can't stay stuck here anymore, all right? So the Chariot is here that you are stronger than people actually realize right now. Your challenge here, though, or the issue at hand for the week is the Queen of Wheels. So the issue this week revolves around some sort of stability. It could be money, home, security, comfort, long-term plans. It could be self-worth. Some of you are trying to build something sustainable while also emotionally healing at the same time. For others, this can be somebody else, an actual person, all right? An earth sign energy, nurturing but practical person. A mother figure could be significant, a businesswoman, someone who's focused heavily on their finances or stability. So this can feel like the energy. There's this energy of, okay, let me slow down here, beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments. Okay, this is there's this feeling of can I trust what's being built? And Spirit says that some of you are realizing that peace is becoming more attractive than chaos, all right? Looking at your conscious card here, we have the Knight of Swords. I feel like your mind will be racing this week. You know something needs to happen. It is like this urgency energy, urgent communication, fast decisions, truth coming out. I'm even talking really fast in your reading, right? Impulsive reactions, wanting answers like right now. But I'm also hearing be careful not to rush emotionally, because the Gemini energy can make everything feel immediate. So some of you may send a message impulsively. Maybe some of you might cut someone off suddenly. Maybe you might confront someone. Maybe you're going to receive some shocking communication. Or maybe some of you will be, excuse me, I had a silent burp. Well, I don't know if you heard it. I do apologize. This could be confirmation that, as I was going to say here, finally speaking your truth. Okay, so each of your situations will be differently, right? What Spirit is also saying is that not every reaction needs immediate action, all right? It doesn't need not every reaction needs action immediately, all right? I'm hearing think first, especially between the 25th and the 26th, when Mercury opposes Lilith, right, and then Mars will square Pluto. The energy builds up. Words will carry weight this week. Okay. Then having a look here at the unconscious. Interesting, we have the Four of Wands, yet deep down you truly want peace, okay? You want stability, you want home, emotional safety, real connection. Even if you're acting independent or emotionally detached right now, what Spirit is saying that your soul is craving alignment. So some of you want commitment, reconciliation, or maybe it's a healthy support system, community, emotional belonging, celebrating after a difficult season. I feel like this card also feels like a doorway that's opening. There's a new chapter trying to enter your life. But first, you also have to believe that you deserve this, all right? Your limitations is the Six of Swords, which is quite interesting here. Limitation is, this week is fully leaving the past situation behind, all right? So what Spirit is showing, emotional baggage being carried into a new situation. Some of you are physically moving forward, but mentally still maybe replaying the old pain, all right? So this can look like fear of trusting again, overthinking, comparing the present to the past, emotional exhaustion. This could even be difficulty in letting go. And yeah, with that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, it's still active, which for the next few months, all right? I think it's still from June will be, I think, 4 months. Old emotional patterns may resurface unexpectedly. The message here is healing doesn't mean pretending something never hurt, right? It just means not allowing it to control your future anymore. Looking at your outcome, which is like the energy of wow, because I got the Three of Wheels, but I felt very called to get clarifiers out here, clarified by the World and then also by the Page of Cups. Okay, very interesting. I'm hearing also something about the Tree of Life could be significant for some of you. Doesn't have to be. Okay, so the ending feels very beautiful. Your outcome for the week is beautiful. The reason why I'm saying is there is collaboration, there's teamwork, there's support, recognition, building something meaningful. This could be some of you, this could be new opportunities, supportive connections, emotional reconciliation for some, creative success, finally feeling seen, working with the right people. Yeah, the World, that's that completion energy, that closing out that karmic cycle or graduating spiritually. Something big is ending so that something healthier can begin. And the Page of Cups brings that emotional openness back in unexpected messages, apologies, maybe it's going to be a new emotional beginning, creative inspiration, softness that will be returning after emotional heaviness. But what Spirit is saying, after a long period of survival mode, your heart is slowly opening up again. I feel like overall this week is that this week is teaching you that you don't need to abandon yourself to keep the peace of others. The Sagittarius full moon, right, at the end of the week, end of this month, it illuminates the truth emotionally and spiritually. Some connections will deepen, some situations will end, and even some illusions dissolve completely. But what's happening in what's coming in feels more aligned than what is actually leaving. All right, so Spirit's also saying here, don't shrink yourself for spaces you've already outgrown. All right, and I actually heard the word stop. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest, beautiful souls. I'm hearing that you're entering a cycle where emotional maturity becomes your superpowers, Wow, so if this reading found you at the exact moment for the week ahead and you needed it, just note that it wasn't accidental, my beautiful wolf soul. Comment below, I choose aligned movement. And if you are a Gemini Cancer cusp, feeling this energy already, thank you for liking the video, being subscribers, leaving comments, and beautiful soul, I'll check you out in the June reading. Love and light. Cancer Leos, welcome in, beautiful souls, to your reading for the last week of May 2026. We're doing the astrology combined the tarot. Let's have a look and diving into a little mini Cultics cross reading. Thanks for liking, thanks for being here and leaving comments and hitting the love button. I really truly appreciate it. This week of May, this last week of May, right, it feels like your heart is trying to protect itself while your soul's trying to open anyway, and Spirit keeps showing me someone's energy around you is changing fast. Yeah, from the 25th to the 31st, we have a Gemini season activating communication, truth, movement, mental clarity. But yeah, we'll still also have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Venus in Cancer, and that Sagittarius full moon building at the end of the month. Emotions are running deep underneath everything. So this week feels like for you emotional vulnerability, unexpected connection or reconnection. Protecting your energy and realizing who truly feels safe to love. Having a look here in your current position here, all about you here. We have the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Cups here, and we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so let's dive in here, beautiful souls. Right now, your energy feels guarded but quite sensitive. The Seven of Wands here, right? I get the energy that you're protecting your peace, your emotions, your boundaries. Maybe because too much has happened emotion recently, right? Yeah, look at those wolves. It's like the wolves are protecting him almost, right? The Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, what Spirit is saying here underneath the protective energy, your heart is still soft. You may be hiding some emotions this week, secretly hoping for some sort of communication, trying not to get emotionally attached, feeling intuitive dream signs about someone, or sensing emotional energy before people even speak. Yeah, Page of Cups is messages, apologies, emotional openings, flirtation, or maybe someone trying to reconnect emotionally. For some of you, this can be romantic. For others, this is just going to be about an emotional healing around family, friendship, or self-worth. And even with Venus that is moving through Cancer energy this week, I feel like your emotional sensitivity is very high. You're picking up on everything. Yeah, let's have a look at the issue that is the Knight of Wands here, all right? Inconsistency. The issue right now is inconsistency. Someone around you, or maybe it's even your own energy that is hot and cold, all right? Take what resonates. Either you or somebody else that is fire sign, all right? Or has fire placements. Knight of Wands is passion, movement, excitement, but it's not always stable. It's not always stability, all right? It's like someone returning suddenly, intense attraction, fast communication, impulsive decisions, mixed signals, or someone who just wants closeness but fears the emotional depth. What Spirit is showing me here is action not matching the emotions. So my Cancer Leos, that's what's exhausting you, I feel like, because your energy wants the emotional sincerity right now, not the confusion. Interesting also is the Knight of Cups that is in your conscious, all right? Wow, okay. Check how that heart, the amethyst, is following on the Page of Cups, okay? The amethyst crystal could really be significant for some of you. Okay. Let me know if the amethyst crystal means anything to you. Beautiful souls, consciously love, emotions, vulnerability, and emotional fulfillment is on your mind. Like you may be thinking about a romantic situation, emotional honesty, reconciliation, deep connection, or finally expressing what you truly feel, all right? The Knight of Cups is someone following their heart. And with all the Gemini this week, there's also a lot of thinking happening around feelings. Someone may finally want to speak emotionally, whether it's you or somebody else, or you may finally, like what I'm saying, so you or somebody else. So maybe you may finally be admitting something to yourself also, emotionally, that you've been avoiding. Unconscious, we have the Four of Wands here. Deep down, you want peace. Stability, emotional safety, a real foundation. Four of Wands could be soulmate, home, foundation energy. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. Some of you are realizing like you no longer want that temporary energy. You want something emotionally aligned, something that actually feels safe. And I feel like unconsciously, Spirit says that you're being guided towards more stable connections right now. So maybe you moving homes. It could possibly be reconnecting with family, celebrations, engagement, reunions, or maybe finding your soul tribe more deeply, yeah. Your limitations is quite interesting here, which is the Eight of Wands, all right? Rushing. Maybe reacting too quickly this week, or maybe emotionally overwhelmed, impulsive communication. It could be anxiety, or trying to force answers before clarity fully lands. Yeah, Gemini season can speed everything up mentally, right? So what I'm hearing here is slow down before responding. Notifications could be significant, all right? Messages. Slow down before assuming. Slow down before chasing clarity externally. Because not everything needs immediate reaction. Some things need observation first. Interesting, your outcome is like, wow, right? Is the Two of Cups, and then we have the Death here, all right? And then we have this beautiful star card, Death and Star. Oh, wow, okay. Beautiful souls, this is powerful. The reason why I'm saying is Two of Cups says that a meaningful emotional connection is becoming important by the end of this week. Death clarified, the Death and the Star clarifying the Two of Cups, all right? This is definitely not a soul level connection anymore. Emotional transformation that possibly could be this week, right? Healing after heartbreak, connections that are evolving, a connection that is evolving, releasing an old emotional pattern, or maybe finally opening your heart after a painful ending. For some, this is going to be reconciliation energy after separation or distance. Like, let's say, and it doesn't mean like, that you and your person have separated, right? You could be living in the same house, but there could be a bit of emotional distance between you two of you, and you can reconciliate, all right? For others, this is going to be a completely a new emotional energy that will be entering after some sort of a major chapter that closes. So, but whatever this is, Death says that something cannot continue the old way, all right? The Star is the healing that finally begins after the release. So I do feel like this week may emotionally crack something open inside of you, but it's leading you towards alignment. Definitely by the time that full moon in Sag happens. Not punishment, healing. Beautiful souls, this week Spirit keeps like repeating here that flowers could be significant as well. Perhaps your person will bring you flowers, or you will give your person flowers. Okay, interesting. What Spirit is repeating is stop shrinking your emotional truth just to keep people comfortable, all right? I'm hearing you entering a phase where emotional honesty matters more. Energy matters more, peace matters more, and your intuition is becoming impossible to ignore. Not everyone can go where you're going next, and that's okay, all right? Because this Sagittarius full moon building at the end of month is, preparing you to release emotional confusion and reconnect with your deeper truth. All right, trust what your heart already knows. All right, even if your mind is still catching up. So beautiful souls, if this message found you at the right time this week, drop a blue heart emoji, like the video. Thank you for subscribing. Let me know in the comments. And also remember, the wolf does not chase what's meant for it. All right, the wolf does not chase what's meant for it. It recognizes the energy and it moves with instinct. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in your June reading. Hey, Leo Virgos, welcome into your reading for the last week of May 2026. Diving into the astrology command, the tarot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button, and let's dive in, beautiful soul. Leo Virgos, this week of May feels like you're standing between confidence and caution. Part of you are finally seeing what's possible, while the other part of you is still afraid to fully trust. Spirit is showing me something you've been hoping for is getting closer. Yeah, from the 25th to the 31st of May, Gemini season is activating movement, communication, choices, mental clarity. At the same time, Venus in Cancer is pulling emotional truth to the surface, while Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is making people reflect deeply on what's real and what's performative. Like you specifically, this week feels like emotional fulfillment, future planning, protecting your energy, watching people carefully, and finally seeing emotional rewards after a long season of uncertainty. Let's have a look at where you are currently. You are in the Nine of Cups and Three of Wands energy this week. It feels really hopeful this week, right? Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment energy. It's emotional satisfaction, feeling proud of how far you've come, wanting peace, happiness, abundance, emotional alignment. And paired with the Three of Wands is like you're starting to look ahead again, all right? After a period of delays, emotional heaviness, or confusion, what Spirit is saying here is the beginning is expanding. So your Spirit is beginning to expand. Some of you are really planning future moves, thinking about travel, maybe exploring new opportunities, maybe reconnecting with dreams, or even realizing maybe you've outgrown your old environment. So I feel like the energy of here is, I know there's more waiting for me. And honestly, there is. All right. Now, the issue here is the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this is your challenge this week, that it feels like there's some sort of unstable energy around you. This is somebody that is inconsistent, impulsive communication, attraction without grounding, fast moving situations. Or it possibly could be that scattered energy emotionally and mentally. Someone may come in very passionately and then disappear and then return again. Or this could even be you, your energy, all right? Wanting change so badly that you rush ahead before thinking things through. Gemini season is speeding things up, all right? Speeding things up mentally, I'm hearing. But yeah, because Gemini is the mind, right? Don't mistake intensity for intensity for alignment. Not everything exciting is sustainable. All right. Now, your conscious here is the Seven of Wands. Consciously, you are protecting yourself more. All right. You're becoming selective with your energy, your time, your emotions, and who gets access to you. Seven of Wands is you've learned from the past disappointment, so now you're watching carefully. Some of you may feel defensive, emotionally cautious about trusting people, maybe tired of explaining yourself, or maybe unwilling to lower your standards anymore. And honestly, what Spirit is saying is this boundary energy is necessary right now, right? Boundaries is necessary right now, because not everyone around you truly understands your vision, right? Unconscious, interesting that I got all the cards out and then I got your unconscious energy, right? And so this card was meant to come out here, that underneath everything you are trying to balance a lot. Birds, seagulls, or geese could be significant, doesn't have to be the ocean as well. The Two of Wheels feels like juggling responsibilities, emotional ups and downs, managing the finances, balancing heart versus logic. I mean, also this week is end month, right? Your salary's coming in, paying the bills, right? Balancing heart versus logic, trying to keep everything together while major inner shifts are happening, and unconsciously you may still be afraid of losing stability while stepping into something new. So this week may bring movement where you realize that you cannot carry everything alone anymore. Something has to be recognized, simplified, rebalanced. All right. Let's have a look at your limitations. Interesting, the Page of Swords. The limitation is the overthinking and the hypervigilance. The word doesn't want to come out. Hypervigilance. You know what I'm saying, right? Hyper-aware. Watching too much, checking for signs constantly, reading too deeply into messages, anxiety around communication, or it could be even mentally preparing for a problem before it even happens. I know what that feels like. Your mind is trying to protect you from some sort of disappointment because this is happening is because of past disappointments. And also we need to remember that not every situation is a threat, right? For some of you, this card also could be like gossip, spying energy, or someone watching you closely online, social media, right? Yeah, with all the Gemini energy, communication, observation are really huge themes this week. I'm hearing protect your peace. All right, outcome is quite beautiful. We have the 10 of Cups, all right? My Leo, Virgos. Emotional fulfillment. So everything that we go through this week, your outcome is alignment, joy, peace after emotional struggle. Something emotionally is going to stabilize, all right? That is your outcome. For some, this is going to be healing within relationships or family, all right? For others, this is finally feeling emotionally safe within yourself again. This can represent emotional happiness, soulmate family energy, celebrations, home stability, emotional closeness, realizing what truly matters, especially after everything your energy has been carrying lately, right? Spirit says that this is a return to emotional clarity, not perfectionism, but peace. What Spirit is also saying here that they're saying, stop preparing for disappointments and start preparing for expansion. Easier said than done, right? But it's about changing that mindset. Because I'm hearing that your energy is changing. The dreams you almost gave up on, they're still alive. The emotional fulfillment you thought was delayed forever is still possible. But this week asks you to stop looking backwards at what didn't work and start trusting what's trying to arrive now. The Sagittarius full moon at the end of May is building towards emotional truth, freedom, and clarity. And for you, this feels like the beginning of finally believing in your future again. So beautiful souls, if this message resonated, drop a blue emoji heart in the comments. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and remember, the wolf doesn't beg for belonging. It finds the path where its soul can finally breathe. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in your June reading. Virgo Libras, welcome in, beautiful souls. Let's dive into the last week of May 2026, the astrology combined the tarot. Let's have a look and see what this golden wheel of tarot and astrology. Virgo Libra cusps. Let's dive in for the last week of May 2026. Diving into the astrology combined the tarot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls. Virgo Libra cusp, this week feels like destiny is trying to move your life forward, but your heart is still standing at crossroads. Yeah, Spirit is showing here major emotional decisions is getting closer. Yeah, from May 25th until the 31st, Gemini season is activating communication, choices, truth, and movement. At the same time, Venus in Cancer is bringing emotional vulnerability to the surface, while Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is forcing deeper transformation underneath everything. And honestly, for you this week feels very fated. This relationship is, like I'm hearing relationship shifts, emotional realizations within relationships, confusion turning into clarity, destiny redirecting your path, and communication arriving fast by end of the week. Beautiful souls, looking in your current position, your energy is the Lovers, all right? And it's your energy is deeply connected to alignment and choice. I don't necessarily feel this is just romance. It's like soul alignment, heart decisions, values, union between mind and soul. You may be thinking deeply about a relationship, maybe questioning emotional compatibility, making an important life choice, or realizing what truly aligns with your soul now. Gemini, this is a Gemini card, right? And I feel like Gemini season is strongly affecting you here because the Lovers carries that Gemini energy, yes. What Spirit is saying is here that your words matter this week, your choices will matter this week, and what you say yes to now in this week is going to change your next chapter. Some of you are also feeling a very intense soul connection with someone right now. What is your issue or challenge? We have the Wheel of Fortune over here. The challenge this week is about accepting the change. The Wheel of Fortune says life is moving whether you feel ready or not. So there's going to be like the unexpected changes, timing shifts, destiny interventions, cycles that will be ending, karmic situations that will be returning, or things suddenly moving after stagnation. And honestly, part of you may just want certainty before moving forward. But Spirit is also saying here, this week is not about controlling the wheel, it's about learning how to move with it. I feel like something fated is unfolding here. All right. Here in the conscious, we have the Seven of Cups. Consciously, your mind feels overwhelmed with possibilities, emotions, and choices. Perhaps it's too many options. Confusion, fantasy versus reality, emotional uncertainty, or maybe trying to figure out what's truly real. Like you may feel emotionally pulled in multiple directions. Some of you are overthinking love, unsure who to trust, fantasizing about the future, or trying to decide between comfort and change. But Spirit's saying here, not everything that looks good is aligned. This week asks you to slow down emotionally before making those major decisions. Here in your unconscious, right, Queen of Cups, so this is like deep down. You already know the truth emotionally. Says your intuition is extremely heightened this week. Maybe you're sensing hidden emotions, unspoken truths, energetic shifts, and emotional undercurrents around people. Even if your conscious mind feels confused, I'm hearing here your soul already knows what feels safe and what doesn't. I mean, with Venus in Cancer right now, I feel like your emotional sensitivity is really amplified. What Spirit's also saying, trust what your body feels around people. Your intuition is not wrong. For some of you, this Queen of Cups is also a water sign person that's around you, or it's just you that got strong water placements. Right? Someone emotionally significant may really be affecting your energy deeply this week. Let's look at the limitations here. 10 of Wheels. It feels like it's connected to security, comfort, or fear of losing stability, family expectations with the 10 of Wheels. It could be financial concerns, staying where things feel safe, fear of change, or attachment to what feels familiar. Like sometimes stability becomes a cage when your soul has already outgrown something, right? You may be struggling between the emotional fulfillment versus the material security, or staying comfortable versus following your truth. Maybe it's about choosing peace over appearance. Yeah, this feels especially strong with the Venus in Cancer energy I'm getting, and the Mars in Taurus. It's creating some strong attachment energies. All right, looking at your outcome here. The Eight of Wands, clarified by the star. Wow, right? By the end of this week, the energy starts moving fast. So there'll be some communication. I almost said medication. I don't know why medication. Something about medication. Communication, movement, fast developments, messages, travel, sudden clarity, emotional momentum. Yeah, there's easy healing energy, hope returning. Some of you, there's going to be a conversation that brings clarity. Maybe somebody will reach out. The healing I'm hearing begins after emotional confusion, or you're suddenly going to see the future differently. I'm hearing here with the star, don't lose faith now. Whatever is unfolding is leading you towards alignment. So this week may bring some emotional confusing energy, but it does end with a clear direction and renewed hope. Beautiful souls. Spirit is like saying you cannot force clarity where intuition already gave you the answer. Like this week is about trusting yourself again, not your fear, not your overthinking, not the illusion of control, all right? But you. The Sagittarius full moon at the end of May, I'm hearing, is preparing you to release emotional confusion and to step into greater truth. And honestly, this going to feel like a turning point. It's going to be a week where your heart finally starts catching up to what your soul already knew. So beautiful souls, if this message helped you in any sort of way or resonated, drop a blue heart emoji in the comments. Thank you for liking the video, being subscribers here. And remember, the wolf survives not because it controls the storm, but because it trusts the instincts enough to move through it. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Libra, Scorpios, cusp souls, beautiful souls, welcome in. Let's dive into the last week of May 2026. We are doing the astrology combined, the tarot. What does my beautiful Libra, Scorpios need to know for the last week of May? This week feels like your soul is standing between walking away and waiting for something to finally change. Yeah, hearing that Spirit is showing here that you're emotionally exhausted from carrying something alone. Yeah, between the 25th and the 31st of May, Gemini season is really activating conversations, truth, movements, and mental realizations, while Venus in Cancer is pulling emotional vulnerability to the surface. And then at the same time, we still have that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, which is forcing deep internal transformation, right? I feel like for this week for you, there's going to be some emotional reflection, choosing your next direction, healing your self-worth, confronting disappointments, and also I'm hearing slowly realizing what can and cannot continue the same way anymore. Your energy is the Nine of Wheels, all right? Which is the energy of independence, observant, emotionally self-protective. Sorry that the light is making this like lines on the camera. I'm recording in the evening. I'm using another light. Yeah, what the Nine of Wheels is saying is that you've been learning how to stand on your own emotionally, financially, spiritually, or even mentally. So you may appear maybe calm externally, but internally maybe you've been processing a lot. This card can feel like becoming more selective, protecting your peace, focusing on yourself more, rebuilding confidence, or maybe even realizing your worth after disappointment. What Spirit is saying here is that you are entering a phase where you no longer want to settle emotionally just to avoid the loneliness, right? And honestly, hey, that's growth, right? Now, what is challenging you, the issue this week is the Two of Wands and the Four of Cups. All right. So this is feeling like indecision mixed with emotional dissatisfaction. Like the Two of Wands is the energy of a part of you knows you want something different, but emotionally you, with the Four of Cups, right, is you still feel stuck, disconnected, or disappointed, or maybe a little bit unsure. So this can be like contemplating a new direction, wanting change but fearing it, maybe emotionally withdrawn, or you are emotionally withdrawing, or feeling bored, frustrated with current circumstances. And for some, this is a relationship energy, like someone emotionally unavailable, emotionally distant, or refusing to fully open up. For others, maybe this is career or life path energy, feeling like your soul wants more but not knowing the next move yet. But Spirit is saying that your spirit has already outgrown where you are. Next we have is the Empress, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. This is in your conscious position, that you're trying to reconnect maybe with your values. The Empress is powerful here. The reason why I'm saying, because it's about self-worth, it's beauty, abundance, creativity. It is feminine energy. It's nurturing yourself instead of chasing validation. So maybe you're consciously focusing on your healing, your emotional healing, maybe it could be improving your finances. It could just be self-care, like self-love, right? It could be even your creative projects, or becoming more emotionally grounded. So some of you, this Empress energy is also attracting attention towards you, where maybe people might just be noticing your energy more now. But Spirit's also saying, don't confuse the attention with genuine emotional investment, This message feels really, that's the message that feels really important this week, right? Your unconscious is the Five of Wheels, all right? There's still a little bit of pain around some sort of rejection, abandonment, instability, or emotional isolation. It's like the energy of old wounds connected to feeling unsupported or being emotionally left out. Maybe it could be financial struggles, it could be heartbreak, or maybe it could even be feeling unseen by people you cared deeply about, right? And honestly, this energy may still quietly be affecting how you trust people now, especially emotionally. Like your fear of disappointment may still be influencing maybe your decisions unconsciously, but I'm hearing healing is happening here. It's happening slowly but deeply. I mean, the fives is change, right? Change is happening, even if it's happening slowly. It doesn't happen overnight. Now, your limitation is the Eight of Wheels. So the limitations this week could be the overworking, the over-focusing on fixing things, or trying too hard to make something function. So what I'm getting here with the Eight of Wheels, maybe you maybe putting too much energy into something that's draining you, trying to perfect everything, or maybe it's like you believing effort alone will fix emotional balance. But remember, what Spirit's also bringing through here is not everything is meant to be earned through struggle as well. Some things are just meant to flow naturally. So you may be having a little bit of burnout. Maybe it's repetitive cycles. It could be work stress. It could also be that emotional exhaustion from constantly trying to hold it all together. But what I'm also hearing is that you don't always have to be the strong one. Now, your outcome is very interesting because I landed up taking more cards than expected, right? So we got Temperance here. And then we got the Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, and then the Hangman. So you can see the cards nicely. All right. That light that is shining here is terrible. Okay, so, wow, okay. The outcome actually feels quite spiritual. The reason I'm saying is Temperance is talking again about healing begins through balance, patience, and emotional integration, all right? Now, with these extra 3 cards that we got out here, I feel like Spirit is saying this healing comes after the emotional exhaustion and heartbreak. So this feels like finally seeing a painful situation differently. It could be emotional surrender, releasing resistance, accepting truth maybe that you once fought against, maybe healing from betrayal or disappointment. It could also be emotionally awakening through pause and reflection. Like the 9 of Wands is saying that you've been carrying emotional defenses for a long time. 3 of Swords is confirming that heartbreak, grief, separation, the emotional pain that's still lingering. Okay. And then the Hangman, it's like it changes it, right? Because this is the moment where the perspective shifts with the Hangman. It's a very interesting Hangman, right? Affinity symbols could be significant for someone out there as well. I'm hearing here, you stop chasing answers externally and you start understanding things spiritually. Like the outcome feels like emotional maturity, not because pain never existed, right? But it's because it no longer controls you the same way. So what Spirit's also bringing through is that healing is not becoming emotionless, right? Healing is no longer abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. I feel like this week is going to be about teaching you your worth, your emotional limits, your boundaries, and what true equal give and take really looks like, okay? And I feel like also with the Sagittarius full moon that is building at the end of the May, it's on the 31st of May, which is preparing you to release emotional heaviness that maybe you have been silently carrying for way too long. And honestly, this feels like the beginning of emotional freedom, not obviously overnight, but deeply. So beautiful souls, if this message resonated, helped you in your sort of way, or even brought you some sort of form of clarity, drop that blue heart emoji in the comments. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being subscribers here. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hey, what are you waiting for? Join the Wolf Soul Tribe, beautiful soul. And remember, a wolf may walk through heartbreak alone, but it always emerges wiser, sharper, and closer to the truth, to its true path. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you again for being here, and I'll check you around in the June reading. Hey, beautiful Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp. Let's dive into the last week of May. The astrology combined, wow, the cards are already popping out. Thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls. This week feels like the old version of you's ending fast. Like Spirit is like trying to push you towards a completely different future. And honestly, I don't think you fully see how much your energy is actually changing. I mean, if we're looking at from the 25th of May to the 31st, I mean, this is in Gemini season, which is activating movement, truth, communication, as well as mental breakthroughs. While Pluto retrograde is still happening in Aquarius, it's going to happen for another few months, which is forcing at this time a deeper soul transformation underneath everything, all right, which will be happening for some time. So, but I feel like by the end of the week also, when we have that Sagittarius full moon, it's going to hit differently. It hits differently, which is going to be, I feel like it hits directly into your cusp energy, all right? So it's going to feel, this week is going to very much feel like awakening, or each of your situations are going to be different. For some of you, it's going to be awakening or emotional rebirth, spiritual upgrades. It could be sudden clarity, confidence that could be returning. And I'm also hearing here, some of you are finally stepping back into your power after a heavy chapter. Currently, you're sitting in the Page of Wands energy for the week ahead, all right? Where you may feel, but some of you may feel curious, or Some of you could be restless. Some of you will feel inspired. And I'm hearing some of you are just ready for something new. The Page of Wands is the spark before the fire fully begins. So I'm hearing some of you, your soul wants movement, your soul wants expansion, your soul wants adventure again. And suddenly you may feel motivation again this week, right? Some of you will feel inspired creatively, or perhaps you're going to be drawn towards some sort of new opportunities. Maybe some of you are wanting to travel, wanting some sort of freedom, or maybe it's going to be emotionally where you are disconnected from old situations that once maybe consumed you. This energy feels like, I know there's more for me than this. And honestly, those of you are feeling this and this is resonating with you, it is that, right? It is. There is honestly more for you. Now, the issue here, or the challenge this week, is the Death card, which is transformation itself, all right? Scorpio energy coming out. It says that something cannot continue the same way anymore. All right, I do apologize that the light, let's see if I can just get it a bit better for you. I am recording at night. All right, if I put a card down, then as you can see it better. Okay. So, yeah, something cannot continue the same way anymore. So this could be endings. It could be emotional release, shedding old identities. It could be some of you are walking away from outdated cycles, or it just could be realizing you've spiritually outgrown certain people, or even it could be situations, right? Scorpio energy makes this deep, right? That some of you may, okay, it doesn't have to be, take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of you are grieving. Maybe it could be a relationship. It could be an old version of yourself. It could be lost time. There could be some sort of emotional disappointment, or maybe it's going to be a dream that just no longer aligns, all right? But whatever this is for you, regarding the challenge for you this week, or regarding this ending is not punishment, right? It is redirection. What Spirit's also saying is that your soul already knows that it's time for a new chapter. Now, in your conscious here, we do have the Page of Cups. All right. And this is saying basically your heart still wants softness despite everything. All right. The Page of Cups is you still want emotional connection, healing, creativity, genuine love. So some of you are hoping for some sort of communication. Maybe you're thinking about someone emotionally. Maybe you are reconnecting with your intuition. Some of you are going to be feeling emotionally vulnerable, or you might even be sensing some sort of spiritual signs very strongly right now in this week, okay? So the card is talking about messages, synchronicities, dreams, apologies, emotional openings, right? Each one of you, your timelines are different, your situations are different, but Spirit is saying whatever this is for you, your sensitivity is not weakness, right? So if you are feeling sensitive this week, it's not weakness, it's just that it's a spiritual awareness. Now, in your unconscious, we do have the Queen of Wands. I feel like deep down your confidence is returning. The Queen of Wands says that your unconscious energy is reclaiming power, magnetism, independence, perhaps even self-belief, right? Even if externally you still may feel uncertain sometimes, but internally your spirit's still remembering who you are. So this energy is, you are in that energy that is attractive, powerful, creative, intuitive, emotionally resilient. And I'm hearing that some of you, the people are noticing your energy more than you actually realize right now. And especially with this Gemini activations that's happening right now, a Gemini season, I'm hearing that some people may suddenly want to access your energy again once they feel you pulling away emotionally. Looking at the limitations of the week, we do have the Eight of Wands. So something about impulsiveness or emotional overwhelm, like maybe everything may start happening very quickly this week, okay, for some of you. It could be sudden messages, emotional conversations. It could be rapid changes. It could be travel plans, fast attraction. It could even be emotional decisions that are happening very quickly. But whatever this thing is that is moving quickly, Don't rush any clarity. Don't react emotionally too quickly or too fast, right? And also don't let temporary emotions decide your permanent choices, all right? This is the week this week is really going to be intense. I'm hearing ground yourself before making any major moves. All right, let's have a look at your outcome. Interesting that we got 3 cards. We do have the Star, Aquarius energy, the High Priestess, Pisces energy, and then we do have the 6 of Wheels, Leo energy. Beautiful outcome here. My Scorpio Sagittarius, this outcome feels very spiritually powerful, all right? The Star is talking about that healing of hope that is returning, faith that returns. It's like your energy starts reconnecting with whatever your purpose is again, all right? The High Priestess is just talking about your intuition becomes incredibly strong. If there is any hidden truths, they will be revealed. And also that you will begin to trust yourself a little bit more differently. So this does feel like some sort of spiritual awakening week, all right? And some of you might just receive clarity through dreams. You could maybe do some cord cutting emotionally. Some of you could be realizing someone's true intentions. Perhaps it's a water sign. It doesn't have to be. Or maybe it's realizing actually how intuitive actually you really are. But end of the day, there is a victory with the... why am I calling it the 6 of Wands? It's the 6 of Wheels. Very interesting. Okay. This changes things, all right? I think it's because the wand is normally a W and the lighting is not so very good, right? And I'm looking through the camera with you, so I know that the quality is good, right? It's the way I put the camera, but anyway. Somebody will probably down thumbs this, but anyway. Okay, so the 6 of Wheels is the 6 of Pentacles, which is bringing a balance and that equal give and take back into your life. So this could be the emotional balance that's returning, support that is arriving, equal energy exchange, financial improvement for some, or finally receiving what you've been pouring into others. Now, the fact that I did bring the 6 of Wands up could really actually be significant that there is a victory end of this week. There is success, recognition for something, all right? So obviously that energy was supposed to come through. So, but whatever this is, I feel like it's a season, after a season of whatever imbalances you had, things are correcting itself, all right? Yeah, pay attention to your inner knowing, your gut feelings, all right? This week, it's Spirit is saying, it's going to be very incredibly strong. And I do feel definitely there is hope, healing, renewal, some sort of spiritual alignment that's all opening up for you. There is some sort of, this is happening after this transformation, that end of this week, you will really start reconnecting. Yeah, I do feel deeper with your purpose. Okay, so what Spirit's also saying is the version of you that you survived the storm is not going to be the same version that is meant to enter into the next chapter. This week is not going to be about clinging to the past, right? It's going to be about trusting where your soul is trying to lead you, and you're going to land up successful, victorious end of this week, having trust and faith in that things will work out for your highest good, that equal give and take and balance will return. Just trusting yourself too. Sagittarius full moon at the end of May is especially, I feel like it's going to be important for you because it is activating truth, freedom, purpose, expansion, and emotional release. Something is ending, but I'm hearing something far more aligned is beginning for you. I'm hearing trust this transition this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the video. If the message helped, resonated, brought you some sort of clarity, thank you so much for leaving a comment, leaving a blue heart emoji, whether the message resonated or not, liking the video again, and being subscribers here. And remember, the wolf doesn't fear transformation. You are a wolf, and you do not fear transformation. Claim to yourself, I do not fear the transformation. You understand that every ending is teaching you how to survive the next wilderness. So beautiful souls, I'll check you around in the next one. Check out your June reading, which is coming up next. Love and light, beautiful. Hey, Sagittarius, Capricorns, welcome back in beautiful souls. Let's dive into your last week of May 2026, combining the astrology and the tarot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Whether the video resonates or not, I truly appreciate it. And all your guys' support on these videos. Beautiful souls, let's dive in. So I feel like this week feels like you finally moving out of an old chapter, but Spirit is saying also don't rush the victory before the lesson fully lands. Yeah, this week between the 25th and the 31st, Gemini season is activating some sort of movement. I feel like there's communication, perspective shifts, and really important realizations. Now, just take note that we still have that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, which is still restructuring things beneath the surface. Now, at the same time, we do have Venus in Cancer, which is bringing the emotional truth into focus, and that Sagittarius full moon at the end of the month, which it feels extremely powerful for your cusp energy, right? So this week feels like a serious, major life transition in something for you, something about a karmic closure, emotional, or it could be material success, stepping in some sort of a visibility, or it possibly can even be finally understanding how much you've actually fully grown. Now, your situations will all be different, all right? So always listen with discernment, take what resonates, leave the rest. And I try to keep the readings open that it can fit as many of the cusp souls possible. So looking at the cards here, your energy is currently the Chariot. So I feel like your energy is very determined this week, very focused, driven, moving forward no matter what. Like the Chariot is talking about that you're no longer willing to stay stuck. This could be emotionally, it could be mentally, it could be spiritually, it could even be physically, all right? But this feels like momentum that is returning after some sort of difficult period in some sort of situation in your life. Some of you are ready to make some sort of important decisions. Some of you are traveling or planning to move, planning some sort of movement on something. This could be pushing towards goals, emotionally reclaiming control, or finally choosing yourself. And honestly, this card does feel victorious, all right? Victorious. Not because everything is easy, right? Nothing is always easy, but because you're learning how to steer your life again instead of letting circumstances control you. Now, what is challenging you, or the issue this week, is interesting. We do have the World here, which is this week is a closure week, all right? So the World is about that cycle that's ending. Some sort of cycle is ending in your life, but a part of you may still be emotionally attracted to, or not, it could be attracted, okay, emotionally attracted to something or whatever is familiar, or emotionally attached to something what is familiar. So this could be relationships, it could be career chapters, it could be identity shifts, old emotional patterns, or life directions that just no longer fit who you're becoming, all right? This also could be something to do with online communication as well, or something online or across borders. But I mean, there's 3 women here, so something about 3 women. Doesn't have to be. Always take what resonates, leave the rest. But I'm also hearing something about what Spirit is saying here is that your soul has already completed some sort of lesson, and now your human side is trying to catch up emotionally. So some of you, this can feel like finally realizing that something you cannot return to. So, like example here is you can't return to a version of the self that you used to be. This is honestly that some sort of realization, you're going to have some sort of realization that does change everything. Now, your conscious card here is Justice. I like this Justice, all right? That sword. You want truth, you want balance, you want fairness now. Justice card is talking about thinking, you're thinking something about something logically, weighing some sort of decisions carefully, seeing situations more clearly, or maybe becoming less emotionally reactive. So you may consciously be asking what actually aligns with me now, or what is fair, what actually deserves my energy. It will be different for each and every one of you, all right? Put the energy where it fits. But this card can also feel karmic, all right? Especially with that Pluto retrograde that is active, because it's like that energy of the cause and effect that becomes very clear this week, that some of you may also receive some sort of important news. Maybe it's contracts, it could be legal matters, it could be decisions, or finally some sort of truth that finally is being revealed this week. But Spirit is saying clarity is replacing some sort of confusion. Right, in your unconscious position here, we do have the Empress. So I feel like deep down, your soul wants peace, it wants abundance, it wants emotional safety, genuine fulfillment. The Empress says unconsciously that you are craving some sort of stability. I almost said disability. Something about disability. Let me know in the comments what is disability here. But yeah, what I'm getting here is you're craving stability, all right? Maybe something about disability, and now you're craving stability, all right? Maybe emotional comfort regarding it. I don't know. Let me know what it is. You're craving softness, love that feels nurturing, creativity, emotional comfort. I'm hearing some of you also, you're craving a laugh that actually feels good instead of just looking successful, okay? And this is actually beautiful energy because it does show, it's talking about that self-worth healing underneath everything, all right? That some of you, this Empress energy is also making you incredibly magnetic right now. I'm hearing actually, but people are actually noticing your glow up energetically, even if you don't fully see it yourself yet. Now, your limitations this week, what is limiting you this week is impulsive energy, that fire energy, right? Rushing towards that decision. Maybe it could be inconsistency, whether it's you that's inconsistent or somebody else. It could be acting before thinking. It could be that emotional impatience, when we tend to get that impatient, like, when is that light going to turn green kind of thing. Or someone around you is bringing some sort of chaotic energy. What Spirit is also saying that if it is some sort of excitement, remember excitement is not always alignment, all right? So maybe this can be someone that comes in hot and cold. It could be that false communication. It could be some sort of temporary passion, or it could just be some sort of distraction that is pulling you away from your real path. So especially during Gemini season, things can feel very fast moving mentally. But what Spirit is also saying, don't abandon long-term peace for short-term excitement. Interesting looking here at your outcome. Thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls. The 4 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. I love this for you. This is beautiful. The outcome feels, it's a rewarding, all right? Celebration, stability, emotional harmony, reunions, milestones, home and family energy, solid foundation. I mean, the 6 of Wands is success, recognition, victory, confidence, forward movement. So whatever happens by end of this month, end of this week, things are moving forward, right? And what Spirit is saying also that end of this week, you are going to begin to seeing proof that something that you worked hard on, all right? And even your emotional growth, it was all not for nothing, right? It was worth it. So some of you, this could be relationship progress, it could be career recognition, it could be successful plans, it could be a moving or traveling celebration, or just feeling emotionally proud of yourself again. Whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But this does feel like you've made it through the hardest part, and honestly, you did, right? What Spirit's also saying here is that you're not being called backwards, you're being called forward. You are being prepared for some sort of expansion. And I feel like this last week of May is showing you what's complete, what is aligned, and where does your energy truly belong now. Like that Sagittarius full moon at the end of the month, it feels really deeply important for you because it's illuminating your purpose, your direction, your confidence, and also the future that you finally are ready to claim, all right? You are stepping into a new chapter now, but this time I'm hearing that you are entering it wiser. Beautiful souls, if this message resonated, helped you in any sort of way, thank you for liking the video. And even if it didn't resonate and you're still here, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing and dropping your thoughts below in the comments. It really helps the channel out. And remember, the wolf doesn't fear the mountain ahead, right? It trusts the strength it gained while climbing the last one. Beautiful souls, I'll check you around in your next reading, which will be the June monthly. Thank you for being here. If you have any suggestions for topics for the CUSP signs, do drop them below. I'm sending you all love and light, and I'll check you around. Capricorn, Aquarius, CUSP souls, welcome in, beautiful souls. Let's dive into the last week of May 2026. The astrology combined, the tarot. What does my beautiful Capricorn Aquariuses need to know for the week ahead? What guidance do they need? Spirit, angels, ancestors, all of the highest light and good, please come through for these beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for leaving comments. Even though sometimes these videos may not resonate with you fully, thank you still for liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, leaving comments, and you know, the whole thing and the support. Love and light, beautiful souls. Let's begin. This last week of May, it feels like pressure before breakthrough. My Spirit is showing me that something you've maybe been carrying for way too long is reaching a turning point. And the energy around you feels very intense. It feels unpredictable, but deeply fated. You know, with Gemini season activating the mind, the Pluto retrograde that's happening in Aquarius, which is digging like into that shadow work, and the Sagittarius full moon, which is building towards the end of the month. This feels like a week where truth can no longer be avoided. Beautiful souls, looking at your current energy, your right now is the 10 of Wands, where you're carrying a lot, right, my beautiful souls. This feels like emotional pressure, mental exhaustion, responsibilities that are just stacking up, or feeling like you've had to be the strong one for a long time in whatever situation this is, right? Some of you, it could be overworking. Some of you, it could be family burdens. Some of you, something that's emotionally draining, or you feel emotionally drained, trying to hold everything together while nobody realizes how tired you actually are. But with Mars now in Taurus, Spirit is showing this stubborn energy here, the energy of I'll do it myself, I'll handle it, I don't need help. But deep down you're exhausted, and Spirit saying give some of the load to somebody else. This card feels like Spirit is saying just because you can carry it all, it doesn't mean you're supposed to hand some responsibilities to somebody else. Share the responsibilities. The issue this week is the Four of Swords. So it's not a lack of movement. It's an issue. The issue is burnout, right? You're needing some rest. You're needing some recovery, needing some mental silence, all right? You just need a time out. And the energy here is like, you know, you guys, my Capricorn Aquariuses, you guys do tend to push through pain instead of processing it, okay? Well, most people do. It doesn't necessarily mean you guys only, but this is just the energy that's coming through, right? What Spirit is actually showing here, that many of you are staying busy to avoid what you're actually truly feeling. So this can be isolation, emotional withdrawal, ghosting people, needing space, avoiding conversations. It could just be spiritual fatigue. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. If you feel called to share in the comments what it is, go ahead. Perhaps you can help another brother or sister out. Some of you may just feel disconnected from your intuition because maybe your nervous system has become overloaded. And honestly, this astrology actually supports that, right? The Gemini energy this week speeds the mind up. Also with the Pluto retrograde, which is forcing that deep internal reflect. So the combination feels like erasing thoughts, overthinking, emotional detachment, mental exhaustion, and you just need a time out, which is a bit of a challenge this week, where you can just like chill, right? Let's have a look at your conscious here. We do have the Page of Swords. You are mentally alert, right? Watching, observing, trying to figure things out. There is this curiosity mixed with suspicion here, that some of you may be checking someone's behavior closely, sensing hidden truth, researching something, waiting for communication on something, trying to understand and make signals. And this card can also represent a younger air sign, energy around you, somebody that has Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. but Spirit is highlighting hyper-vigilance, that your mind may be running scenarios constantly this week, especially like, with that Mercury that's moving through Gemini, your thoughts could just feel extra loud this week. So some of you may receive, also I'm hearing some of you may receive unexpected messages. It could be gossip, it could be truth that's get revealed, it could be sudden clarity, information that just changes your perspective, all right? Now, the unconscious is the magician, all right? This is quite powerful because underneath the exhaustion, all right, you are actually manifesting something major. Like this card is talking about that you have actually more power than you actually realize right now. And what Spirit is saying that maybe you've just forgotten your own magic while surviving. So this feels like hidden manifestation that is like that energy that's building underneath everything. That words matter this week, your thoughts matter, your focus matters. And with the Sun in Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, Uranus in Gemini, wow, a lot happening in Gemini. This is a Gemini card too, right? Your mind becomes extremely powerful. That you're entering a period where maybe your thoughts are manifesting faster, your intuition sharpens, synchronicities increase, communication just becomes that destiny linked, all right? Some of you are literally calling in a new path, a move, a career change, love, healing, soul-aligned connections. Each of you are going to be different, but the burnout has to be also acknowledged, all right? Looking at the limitations here is the impulsive energy, fire energy that is consistent of the hot and the cold energy. This could possibly represent a person around you has got strong fire placements. It could be somebody that's got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somebody that is charming, somebody that is exciting, passionate, but also really unreliable. For others of you, this could just be your energy, all right? Even if you don't have strong fire placements, it just could be your energy this week. But if it is you, Spirit's just highlighting here to not rush towards temporary excitement while also ignoring the long-term stability. So it could be, the energy of being impatient regarding something or impulsive decisions, running maybe from some sort of emotions or the inconsistent communication or the fear of sitting still. And honestly, this week's astrology is supporting all that restless feelings, all right? Gemini energy does speed everything up mentally. Sagittarius full moon energy at the end of the month is pushing towards the freedom and the movement. Sagittarius, horse, right? Also in the fire, horse ear, interesting. There is this tension between wanting change now versus needing to slow down and think things differently, right? Which can always be quite a challenge. Now, your outcome, interesting, we have the Five of Wands. I feel like there's a big ending that is happening here. We do have the Queen of Wands. All this fire energy happening here. Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Okay. There is going to be conflict. The Five of Wands is the energy of competition, tension, ego clashes, chaotic energy, multiple people involved, conflicting desires. This could be within a work situation, relationships, family dynamics, social circles, or internally, it could be with yourself, all right? The Queen of Wands, I feel here this is your power returning. Whether you have got strong fire placements or not, maybe you do have strong fire placements, but confidence, whether you do have strong fire placements or not, this is just saying that your confidence, your magnetism, your independence, visibility, fire, strength is all returning. What Spirit is saying also, stop shrinking yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Stop dimming your energy. Stop carrying everybody else emotionally. The Wheel of Fortune also talks about that things are moving forward. Destiny is moving. Unexpected shifts are happening. Fated timing, karmic changes, doors opening suddenly. This is really powerful for you because this reading started with a burden, right? And it ends with movement. You're not staying stuck in this energy. See, there she's in lack and there she is abundant, right? My Capricorn Aquariuses, beautiful souls. This week is teaching you the difference between survival mode and soul alignment. Not everything needs your energy anymore. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every person deserves access to you. But Spirit is saying, protect your peace, trust your intuition, and also to stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable, because the moment that you do stop carrying what was never yours, the energy does start to shift, right? And I really feel like many of you are stepping into a completely different timeline before June does begin. So beautiful souls, if this message resonated, do go ahead and drop that beautiful blue heart or the wolf emoji in the comments. Or perhaps you can even, what are you ready to release before end of June, if you feel called to share with us. And thank you for liking the video and leaving comments whether this resonated or not resonated. And thank you for letting us know how it resonated or didn't resonate, how it brought you clarity or didn't bring you clarity. Thank you for so much for being subscribers here. And this Gemini season this energy is just about to get really real, right? We still got half of June to go, right before Leo season. Oh, sorry, Cancer. Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Something's going to happen in Leo season. Beautiful souls, between Gemini season and Leo season, things are going to get really real for you, I feel. And yeah, your cusp sign readings are just getting deeper from here. I'm feeling that. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. And just keep an eye out for your June reading. I'll check you out there. Love and light. Hey, Aquarius, Pisces, welcome in, beautiful souls. Let's dive into the last week of May, combining the astrology and the tarot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for those that leave comments and those of you that interact with the channel. Even sometimes when these messages, it doesn't resonate. I mean, these are collective messages. They won't always resonate. I try to keep it open as much as possible that it can resonate with everyone. Our timelines are different. Keep an open mind. Take everything with a grain of salt and let's dive in. Spirit angels, ancestors, all of the highest light and good, please come through for our beautiful Aquarius, the star, Pisces. Yeah, this last week of May, it feels like a spiritual awakening mixed with some sort of emotional pressure. What Spirit is showing me here, that you already feel this shift coming. But part of you maybe could still fully be afraid to trust where your soul is trying to lead you. Yeah, with the Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Gemini season, activating communication and truth, and also the Sagittarius full moon, which is building at the end of the month. I feel like this week is going to be where your intuition does become loud. So beautiful souls, you are the star. Okay. Literally showing up in this healing energy. There is hope, renewal, spiritual alignment, divine guidance. Like after everything that you've been through emotionally, the past few months, could be past few years, whatever this is for you, I feel like for you that Spirit is showing that your energy is finally starting to reconnect with your purpose again. Each of you, your purpose will be different, all right? But this doesn't feel loud yet. It feels soft, it feels quiet, it feels sacred, right? Some of you are going through some sort of spiritual awakening or reconnecting with your gifts or healing emotionally or becoming more intuitive or feeling called towards a different future. All right. Now, Neptune is currently in Aries plus Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So this does feel like something about your identity is evolving deeply. All right. I'm also hearing that you're not the same person that you even were a few months ago, all right? What is the issue this week? Well, Eight of Swords. This could be something about you being trapped in your mind. It could be anxiety. It could be overthinking, fear of making the wrong choice, feeling stuck, feeling emotionally overwhelmed, maybe feeling a bit of self-doubt. But the cage isn't fully locked, all right? I mean, this one is a bit different. I mean, there's not even ropes around her, even her eyes are a little bit closed, but there's not even normally like there's got ropes around her, chains around her, what do you call that thing around her eyes? Is nothing there. Just her eyes are closed and she's just feeling a little bit off there with her mind running probably in circles. But I mean, with the clouds there, it feels a bit of heaviness, all right? It isn't fully locked, right? So whatever this is for you, Part of what is keeping you stuck is some sort of mental fear. So it could be old conversations, it could be heartbreak, worst case scenarios, a fear of rejection, a fear of failure, fear of being misunderstood, which neurodivergents do tend to happen. Even ADHDs, we do tend to fear being misunderstood, right? This can also show something about sleepless nights, or maybe even feeling that mental exhaustion. So whatever this is for you, Gemini season energy this week can intensify with regarding to racing thoughts. But I'm hearing if you trust yourself and your gut feelings, your intuition, it is trying to guide you, but fear might just be keep interrupting that signal, all right? So beautiful souls, let's have a look at your conscious here. Interesting, we do have the 5 of Wands, which there is some sort of tension, conflict, competition, inner frustration about something. Some of you may feel pulled in maybe multiple directions, okay, at once. This could be disagreements. It could be emotional misunderstandings. Again, I'm getting misunderstanding, right? It could be workplace tension, drama around communication. It could be competing, maybe completing priorities, okay? Maybe there's a conflict between the heart and the ego, or the logic. Yeah, the heart and the logic, yeah. Can be ego, right? This is, I'm feeling more internal conflict, that a part of you wants peace, another part of you wants change, another part wants freedom, another part wants safety. Yeah, I mean, we do have the Sun in Gemini, we have Mercury in Gemini, Mercury which is opposing Lilith as well, all right? Spirit is like showing here that emotionally charged conversations and misunderstandings around this time. So this, whether this is internal or external, there's some sort of misunderstandings that's happening. But also just remember that not everyone around you will always understand you and your transformation. Your unconscious is the 2 of Wheels, that deep down you're trying to balance while everything is shifting underneath you, right? The juggling. Emotions, finances, relationships, responsibilities, spiritual growth, personal healing. What Spirit is showing me is that many of the Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers are in this transition energy. You may not fully realize it yet, but your life is slowly recognizing itself, right? Adaptability, I'm hearing, is your survival tool right now. But also be careful not to overextend yourself trying to keep everyone else comfortable. Limitations this week-ish. 10 of Cups. It's quite actually powerful that is in this position here. There's not a lack of love. I feel like it's more the attachment to the idea of how things were supposed to look, right? Because this could be idolizing relationships, wanting the emotional perfectionism, fear of disrupting family dynamics, staying attached to fantasy, emotional expectations. What I am hearing here is what Spirit is saying is stop romanticizing what is emotional unavailability is. What is emotional unavailable? All right. So for some of my cuspers here, this could involve family wounds. It could involve relationship expectations. It could be longing for emotional fulfillment that just hasn't matched reality yet. And yeah, Venus is in Cancer also, building up towards end of the month as well. So there might be just a bit of emotional sensitivity around love, home, and belonging becomes very real, all right? And some of you might just realize that maybe you have been pouring into people who just can't meet you emotionally where you are anymore, right? Interesting, we do have the 7 of Wheels. This feels like that's something about growth that is happening behind the scenes, even if you can't fully see the results yet. I'm hearing don't give up too early. This is long-term reward energy, like patience, investment, reflection, progress unfolding over time. So many of you maybe have been planting seeds on something that will become important later in the year, I'm hearing. So this could be healing, could be career growth, it could be finances. Wheels are the pentacles as well. Spiritual awakening, it could be relationships, it could be creative projects. What Spirit's also highlighting here is whatever you nurture carefully now will grow. But obviously, maybe nothing grows overnight, right? It doesn't happen instantly. This week is less about the immediate answers, and it's more about just trusting the process. Just going back to the limitations is, I'm hearing that some of you are maybe holding on to a fantasy of how how the perfect relationship or the perfect family dynamic or the perfect emotional outcome, right? Like maybe some of you fear of disappointing others, maybe staying in situations for emotional comfort, maybe prioritizing harmony over truth or attachment to old emotional expectations. So something about family relationships. Yeah. So beautiful souls, this week, thank you for hitting the like button. I really, truly appreciate it, especially if you still made it, if you made it now to this point. Leaving comments, whether it resonated or didn't resonate, right? I really appreciate it. Letting me know how it resonated, how it didn't resonate. Just sharing your thoughts, right? Obviously, try to keep it positive, not too negative. We don't want it too much trauma dump, okay? But yeah, share your thoughts in the comments. I'm hearing that this week you're not stuck the way you think you are. Spirit's also saying that your biggest battle right now isn't external. It's internal. So it's more about the fear, the overthinking, the emotional pressure, the uncertainty. But I mean, your main energy this week is the star, which is the main energy, which is really important, right? Because no matter how heavy things will feel this week, your soul is still not giving up on you, all right? And honestly, that is your power. That this last week of May feels like a quiet turning point where you just begin realizing that peace matters more than the chaos, alignment matters more than the approval, and the authenticity matters more than the illusion. And once you stop trying to force the outcome, everything just begins to flow differently, right? It's all about perspective. So beautiful souls, do drop that wolf emoji or blue heart. And if you feel called to let us know in the comments, what are you finally ready to stop overthinking, right? Again, thank you for liking, leaving comments, being subscribers. And yeah, I'm also hearing this Sagittarius full moon at the end of the May is going to be about revealing some truths nobody saw coming. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light. Check and wait out for your what the hell, my words are coming out weird. I'll check you out in the June monthly reading. Check you around, beautiful souls.